Very good morning, dear students. Welcome back. How are you all, students? I hope you all are in good health and taking all the necessary precautions for your health. Take care of yourself, students. Don't forget to drink boiled water twice in a day. Eat healthy food. Wash your hands regularly. Stay home and stay safe. Okay, students, so let's start our today's session. Today, I would like to explain remaining important key elements of lesson number 2 of history, and the name of the lesson is the establishment of company rule. In the previous session, what we learned, student? In the previous session, already we learned about the two major battles. These are Battle of Buxar and Battle of Plassey. In today's session, we are going to learn about the Carnatic War. We are going to do the case studies of the Carnatic Wars. Carnatic Wars were fought between the two main European power in India. These are British and French. There are total 3 Carnatic Wars, and the main purpose of both East India Company, means British East India Company and French East India Company, their main purpose were to establish their trade in India. As already we aware, students, that the Portuguese, they were the first who came in India to establish their trade. Then Dutch, they came to India to establish their trade, right, students? But Britishers defeated both Portuguese and Dutch. Now there is a war between British and French, and their main purpose to establish their trade in India. Now we will learn about this Carnatic Wars one by one. There were 3 Carnatic Wars. Here you can see the duration of Carnatic Wars. First Carnatic Wars duration is 1746 till 1748. Second Carnatic Wars duration is 1749 till 1754, and duration of Third Carnatic War is 1757 till 1763. Now we will learn about this Carnatic War one by one. First Carnatic War. One of the first trading centers set up by the French was in Pondicherry, and in this war the British captured the French ships and Pondicherry was under threat. The French, in turn, leading by Dupleix, he was the French governor. He requested the Nawab of Arcot. His name is Anwardin Khan. He requested the Nawab of Arcot for the interference, but Nawab did not responded. So the French, in turn leading by Dupleix, attacked the British settlement in Fort St. George in Madras. And to recapture Madras from French, Nawab of Arcot, he supported Britishers. He sent troops to Fort St. George, but the forces of Nawab were defeated. Here, French, they were very less in number, we can say, but they were very excellent in warfare. So in the first Carnatic War, Britishers were defeated by the French, and the name of the treaty is Aix-la-Chapelle in 1748. With this treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle, the first Carnatic War, it came to an end. Okay, the Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle 1748 ended the First Carnatic War, and through this treaty, the French got Loserburg region in North America and the British got back Madras. Now, we will learn about the Second Carnatic War. Yes, in the First Carnatic War, already we learned that the Britishers were defeated by the French. Now, Second Carnatic War. First war boosted the confidence of Dupleix, who now thought to expand the influence in South India in 1748. So he was looking for the opportunity, and he saw an opportunity when Nizam of Hyderabad, his name is Asaf Jahan first, he died and a war for succession broke out. So Dupleix, he got the opportunity when he came to know about the death of Nizam of Hyderabad. His name is Asaf Jahan first. Now what Dupleix had done? Dupleix pledged French support to Nizam's grandson. His name is Muzaffar Jung for Hyderabad and Chanda Sahib for Arcot. Thus the three parties, understanding between French, Muzaffar Jung and Chanda Sahib were developed. On the other hand, British pledged their support to Nasir Jung for Hyderabad and Muhammad Ali for Arcot. Here Robert Clive, he suggested a plan to the Britishers to attack an Arcot, and this plan was approved and Arcot was occupied. Chanda Sahib was captured and executed. Executed it means killed, and the Nawab of Hyderabad was also killed. So this the British were very successful. They won this battle. How they won it? Because they followed a bold plan led by Robert Clive to occupy Arcot. Okay. The death of the Nawab, supported by the French, resulted in Muhammad Ali Khan Waljaha, to whom the British were favored. He became the Nawab. Okay. This war ended with the signing of the Treaty of Trichannapalli in 1755, and this treaty demanded that all the territories captured by the French be returned, and the consequences of this war was that all the obstacles in the path of the British were removed. Now here we learnt about the Second Carnatic War. Now Third Carnatic War. Third Carnatic War, the duration of the Third Carnatic War is 1757 till 1763. One of the major reasons for the Third Carnatic War is 7 Years' War in Europe. Okay, it resulted in renewed conflict between the French and the British forces in India. About the 7 Years' War, we will learn when we will learn the history of world. That time we will learn in detail. Here simply you have to understand, student, the major reason for the Third Carnatic War was the outbreak in 1756 of 7 Years' War in Europe. Okay. The Third Carnatic War spread beyond southern India and into Bengal, where British forces captured the French settlement of Chandarnagar. Nowadays we call it as Chandanagar. Okay, in 1757. So here see, the British force captured the French settlement at Chandranagar in 1757, and the French forces in south, it were leading by Count de Lally, and the British forces, they were leading under Sir Eyre Coote. Okay, here Britishers defeated the French in the Battle of Wandiwash in 1760 and besieged Pondicherry. So the Third Carnatic War, Britishers defeated the French, and there was a treaty. This was a Treaty of Paris. This war concluded with the signing of the 1763 Treaty of Paris, which returned Chandranagar and Pondicherry to France and allowed the French to have factories in India, but forbade means oppose French traders from administrating them. The French agreed to support British client governments, and here the Third Carnatic Wars, it came to an end. Okay. By this Third Carnatic Wars, the French ambitions of setting up an empire in India, it came to an end, and the Britishers, it made this Third Carnatic War, it made the British the dominant foreign power in India. So here, students, we understand about the three Carnatic Wars which were fought between the Britishers and the French. Now we are going to learn about the expansion of British Empire. The duration of the expansion of British Empire is 1757 till 1818. Here we will see the growth of British influence. The English East India Company continued to extend its control over the Indian territory throughout the late 18th and early 19th century. To pay for the troops, the British were often given revenue collecting rights in certain parts of the state, and this gave them indirect control over these areas. Many of these states were annexed, means added, and when succession to the throne was in doubt, or when the rulers acted in ways that seemed contrary to British interests, that time they were annexing the states. Okay, and like this way Britishers started expanding their kingdom in India. They started expand their control over India. Okay, Now we will see the Anglo-Maratha conflict. Anglo, it means the Britishers. Okay. Anglo-Maratha conflict. The duration of this conflict is 1775 till 1880. Yes. The third Peshwa, Balaji Bajirao, he could not witness the shock of the defeat of the Marathas in the third battle of Panipat, and he died on 23rd June 1761. Now he was succeeded by his son Madhav Rao. He kept in check the ambition of his brother Raghunath Rao and maintained unity among the Maratha chiefs and nobles, and very soon recovered the power and prestige of the Maratha, which they had lost in the third battle of Panipat. The Britishers, when they became conscious about the growing power of the Marathas, they wanted to crush their resurgence. They got this opportunity very soon after the death of Madhav Rao in 1772, and the British fought 3 wars with Marathas, and finally they crushed their power and brought the Maratha territory under their control. So here we learned about the Anglo-Maratha conflict. Now next is Anglo-Mysore War. The duration of Anglo-Mysore War is 1766 till 1799. In the last 3 decades of the 18th century, the British got involved in a conflict with the powerful kingdom of Mysore, which was ruled by Hyder Ali. Okay, and afterwards his son Tipu Sultan. Between 1766 and 1799, there were 4 wars which were fought between the Mysore and Britishers. These wars are known as Anglo-Mysore War. And finally, in 1799, in the 4th Anglo-Mysore War, Tipu Sultan, he was defeated by the Britishers. Tipu died defeating his capital, Seringapattam. Okay, and it is said that the Tipu Sultan, he was a progressive, very kind-hearted and very generous monarch. He built a church, the first in Mysore, on the request of the French. So in today's session we learned about the Carnatic Wars which were fought between the Britishers and the French. Then we learned about the expansion of British Empire, in which we learned about the Anglo-Maratha conflict. Anglo, it means the Britishers and Maratha conflict, and afterwards we learned about the Anglo-Mysore Wars. Okay, students, today's session is all about it. I hope you all understand today's session very clearly. If you have any doubt related to this topic, you can send your mails on the given mail ID. Okay, you can send your doubts on the given mail ID, students. One more thing, don't forget to write comments in the comment box, as it's going to consider your attendance. Simply you have to specify whether you understand today's session or you did not understand it. Okay students, I hope you all clear with today's session. Thank you and have a nice day, students.